Geoff here from Wunderdog Sports. This week we're talking Week 5 NFL. As you know, last week my video pick on the Saints won, but unfortunately I went just 4-6 overall for the weekend, giving back about 3% of our gains. We remain up slightly on the season. This week I'm going to share a simple NFL Week 5 betting system as well as my video pick of the week for Week 5. At this point in the season, bettors are starting to feel like they have a feel for the teams and they're figuring them out. They're generally going to be backing the best teams in Week 5. They certainly like the undefeated ones the most, and they also like teams that haven't burned them in prior weeks. Casual bettors don't like to go back and touch the stove that just burned them. So we'll take a look at Week 5 teams off an ATS loss because we're contrarian, while avoiding those undefeated teams. These teams are 51.3% against the spread since 1989. Nothing to write home about. But now if we avoid backing the horrible winless teams in this situation, we can take that win percentage up to an interesting 52.1%. So how do we turn that 52% into a meaningful winning strategy? Let's look at the lines and let's tighten things a bit. Focus on the teams that we've just described as small favorites or small to medium underdogs, those teams at -2 to +7, and we hit a sweet spot at 61.1% against the spread, 76 and 49 since 1989. The teams that qualify this year for this, San Francisco, Tennessee, Detroit, and San Diego are all possible teams to back in Week 5. Now, I'll reiterate, those are not my official picks. A lot more goes into it than one system for me, but something to look at. Okay, on to one of my official picks. I'm looking at the Atlanta-Denver game this week. The Falcons started last season 5-0, quickly fell apart to finish 3-8 and missed the playoffs. They're off to a very good start again this year. They're 3-1 to start the season, off a huge win against Carolina, and their offense is by far clicking better than any other NFL team right now. The Matt Ryan to Julio Jones connection is becoming the most dangerous in the league. Just ask those Carolina Panthers. Denver, and specifically Trevor Siemian, has been a real pleasant surprise. They're 4-0 to start the season, both straight up and against the spread. Can that continue? The Denver offense has actually been average from the line of scrimmage. As we know about this team, it's really about the defense. And speaking of the defense, while the back seven on defense is truly elite, the rest of the Broncos defense is vulnerable to a great offense. I believe that's going to provide an opening here for the Falcons on the ground. The Broncos are a half a yard worse at stopping the run versus lesser running games than what they're going to see here. This season, Atlanta's generated 4.7 yards per carry against teams that normally allow just 4.0, so they're exceeding expectations. Expect them to have success moving the ball on the ground against the Broncos, and if that happens, it's going to open up the passing game. Matt Ryan has actually played to a near 500 record in his career against teams that are truly elite, teams that at 750 or above on the season, with a passer rating of 97.8 in those games. So he does rise to the occasion versus better teams. Now back to the Broncos' great start. Teams that start the season 4-0 straight up and against the spread cover the spread only 42% of the time in Game 5. These two teams are pretty close right now in my opinion, and I think this line is inflated. I think the market has finally caught up with Denver being such a surprise, and now everyone's jumping on the bandwagon. To me, this feels like more like a field goal spread type game. I believe there's line value on the Falcons. Grab the points in this one. Good luck to you.